Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Money Mondays. Yes, we're starting our new show on Monday mornings to help you get organized with your money, learn about your money, and all things money. Money and more. You know, the more is success. And everybody has their own levels and definitions of what success is. And no matter what yours is, here is a place to find out ways to help get you to where you want to be in your success. My name is Wendy Cassera, and I am the owner of Taxpectations. I have a bookkeeping, accounting, and tax firm. Also do some consulting and, lots of other wonderful things. Help you find where your money is and where you want it to go and how to get there and all the things that are in between. You can find me on Facebook, on my website, on Twitter and LinkedIn and all those other wonderful places. Was on LinkedIn just recently looking things over, and it looks like I need to do another update because, as we grow and our experience changes and our focus changes, we need to update our social media sites and websites, which is another thing I'm working on getting done because things are changing and we are growing. I like to start my show off with a quote, so today you're going to get a few. If you saw the tag for the show today, it's organizing your money. So these quotes are all going to be around organization. The first one is very simple. For every minute spent organizing, an hour is earned. Another one that I really liked is it's never too late to start over. If you weren't happy with yesterday, try something different today. Don't stay stuck, do better. And that's a lot of the premise around Money Mondays, so that we can find a different way to do what we've been doing and get things organized and make them streamlined and make them simple. Life is too short not to be simple. Having a discussion this weekend with somebody, and we were talking about that very subject because we as human beings in our society tend to complicate things. You got to analyze things and really go deep into things, and it's really not necessary. It really can be as simple as all that, and that's really big. You got into business to create, make something, offer a service, help other people. Most of you didn't get into business to do paperwork and figure out your money and budgets and all that stuff. So let's make it simple for you so you can get on with what you want to do. Lots of other quotes. I just love, you got to love Google Images because they have lots of quotes. And this is where I went today because I wanted something specific about organization. And there were lots and lots and lots to choose from. So let's get started, huh? Shall we? The 5 essential entrepreneurial skills for success: concentration, discrimination, organization, innovation, and communication. So we're going to be talking about organizing today. And we're going to take this in the literal sense of the word. We're talking about physical organization. We are going to get in the next week or two on to goals and budgeting and organizing your money in a mind sense and organizing your money. But today we're going to organize more of your stuff that leads up to your money. So we've got some good tips and different kinds of things. Also, I found a really, really cool article. I love to find things that other people have already found, and it's really, really, really nifty. I think it was what's his name? Warren Buffett that said you don't always have to be the smartest person in the room, but you need to surround yourself with people who know. You don't have to know everything, but other people know things. I love the fact that you can go to the internet and find things that you don't know and share them with others because you're not always going to be in the same spot I am. So Anyways, I found this article. It's called Four Ways to Organize Your Money Based on Your Personality. So we're going to go into that today, and that's going to be kind of really super cool. And it talks about the four different, what they consider the four different organizational personality types. I thought it was kind of really funny. Funny. So let's get organized. One of the main reasons you want to make sure that your physical organization is done when it comes to your money is you don't want to miss payments on bills that are due. You want to make sure that everything gets paid in a timely manner. Knowing your money, this is something I preach over and over again on my show. I should encourage people. If you know your money, it's easier to know what to do. Even if you're in the negative, at least you'll know that where you are exactly, and then find a way to get out of the negative. And if you're in the positive, you may have more money than you thought. I know that doing taxes some years, I'm talking to people, and they are occasionally surprised at how much money they actually made because they don't know. Epidemic. So it's really, really super important to get yourself organized and make sure that you understand where you are, where you aren't, where you need to be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So one of the big tips I'd like to offer is to pay your bills at the same time every month. This makes it easier because then you have then you know that whether or not you paid it, you're not sitting down going, oh, did I pay the electric bill? Oh, did I pay the phone bill? You have one day, one set Money Monday, and you pay all of your bills that month on that day. And a lot of people say, well, the due dates are different on my bills. Well, if you call credit card companies and even sometimes utility companies, they will allow you to change your due dates. Or if you don't want to go to all of that hassle, just make sure that the date you pay your bills is before everybody's due date. So if you go on like the 5th of the month every month and you pay all of your bills, even the ones that are due on the 12th or the 15th, you're just paying them early, which will make it much easier for you. But it saves time and it saves energy if you pay your bills at the same time every month. Now, sometimes some of us are living paycheck to paycheck, and that's a little bit tough. So, keeping and saving all the money from the other weeks over, again, then just take it and break it down to 2 times a month. So the 5th and the 20th, for instance. I do, however, recommend you make it the same bills on those days, and you never make it more than 2 days. There are some that encourage you to pay your bills each week, and you can do that too. But again, you're going to be bouncing up and down, wondering. Now, one of the things that I do, excuse me, I'm sorry. One of the things that I do is this week I pay bills. Next week I do the big heavy shopping with the extra stuff, the toilet paper and the paper towels and all the laundry soap and that kind of thing. And then the next one is pay bills and so on. So you have kind of a breakdown and you don't have all of your money coming out at once. But the best way to figure that out is to make a schedule. I mean, really, make a schedule. These are your 4 weeks of the month, or 52 weeks a year. So there's the extra ones, but these are on the 5th of every month. These are the bills you pay on the 5th. You pay your rent, although you should probably do that earlier. But the idea of the thing, you pay your rent, your phone bill, and your electric bill on the 5th, and on the 20th you pay the internet, cable bill, and credit card bills and the doctor bills, okay? So you organize it in a way that you have these bills due on this day and these bills due on this day. Now, when you're doing all of this scheduling, one of the very, very most important things is to know how much money you've got coming in. So we've talked about before the tracking sheets. There are the 3 tracking sheets. The money log, which is going to tell you how much money you're spending and where you're spending it every single day. Don't forget to write down that gas station trip where you just got a soda, or the luncheon you had with your girlfriend, or whatever it is. That goes on the money log. Then you have the revenue tracking sheet. Every penny that comes in your door into your bank account needs to be written on there. What money came in and where it came in from. And if you want to break it down further, and it was income from your business, what exactly did you sell, what service, what product, etc. And you can do a summary for the day if you have a lot during the day, but you need to write that down every single day. Get this sheets. These sheets are available on my website for download. They're free of charge to everyone who needs them. But you need to be keeping track of those. And then the next one's the budget sheet, which we'll get into another day. But you need to know how much money you're spending, and you need to know how much money is coming in to do all of this. So make sure that those are a part of your Money Monday day organization. Now, I said you could call the credit cards and change your due dates. A lot of your bills, again, you can call them and tell them that you want a different due date. Sometimes they'll prorate to bring you up ahead, but you check in and see. This is also good for if you know you don't get paid until the 20th and all your due dates are due on the 15th and you're continually paying late fees and all that sort of thing, they really will work with you to change that due date so you don't have to continue to pay those late fees and missed payment fees and all that sort of thing. So make sure that you take the time to do that. Just another helpful hint. One of the other things that I do is I do my bill pay via my bank. I encourage people to do this because you can set it ahead. You can tell it what day you want it to be paid. So Money Mondays, when you're sitting down and you're organizing yourself, you have a tray with all of the mail that came in since last Monday. Open up the mail and look on, and the phone bill's there. You can actually go onto your bill pay on the bank and put in the amount and the date you want it paid and all that, and that way you can file that away. That is one way to do it. But you put it in on your bill pay day. Again, you can do it through the bank. There's a service called bill.com, which is really, really super easy to set up. And you can set up all of your vendors, all of the people you owe money to, all of that there, and link it with your bank account, and they will pay you bills for you as well. You can set it up for any kind of pay date, anything like that. Doing it this way also does a lot of things. Number one, it keeps a good track record of what you've paid and what you haven't paid and what's pending. Number two, it's directly, if you get it directly attached to your bank account, it's already posted. So you know that when it's paid, mailed, delivered, and cashed, it all shows up on your bank account. You're also saving money on envelopes and stamps, which is a really, really big thing. I mean, that's part of our organizational is being able to save money whenever possible on whatever we can save money on. So let's get rid of the stamps and all the envelopes, as well as you'd no longer have that delay in mailing them. So when you call the phone company, you say, but I mailed it on the 15th, you should have had it by the 20th. They can't argue with you because you paid it online. You can pay it online directly on their site, or you can do the bill pay or the bank pay. And both the bill.com and bank bill pay all have the dates that the payment was made and cashed. So it's really, really a good idea to do. So then you have all your paperwork in front of you. So what do you do with that? Organizing. So let's create a file system. A filing system you're going to have, you're going to want to make sure that you separate your personal and your business. If you run your business out of your home, that's especially important. What are the business bills? What are the personal bills? So create folders for those. Now, some people create a folders for each type, like all the utilities go in one folder. And some people even take it further and put each individual vendor, each person they write the check to as a different folder. That's entirely up to you. And as we go over the organizational types, we'll get a little bit more information on that. Make sure that you get a file for your tax documents. Keep a file on hand as you get like your Goodwill donation receipt or other donations. You pay your car taxes, all of that stuff. It all goes into that tax docs folder so that at the end of the year you can just hand that to your tax preparer. That would be me. and makes it a little bit easier so you don't have to go gather things. It's also important to note that you want to go through these folders regularly and clear out things that are not needed. You don't need to get them so fat you can't find things. Now, some people also, one of the things I do is I've got a folder that's just for pending payments. These are bills that need to get paid that haven't been paid yet. I also do a folder for pending things I'd like to pay, and that includes some memberships to different organizations that I would like to become a member to and have not yet signed up and done that because I haven't got it in my budget for this time. That sort of thing. I have to prepare ahead of time to pay for my tax software for the next year and the accounting software and different things like that. So these are all in the folder that is to be paid pending. There are lots of different ways that you can do that. That's just one of the ways I do. Now, in all of this filing system and the organizational stuff, one thing that's very, very important, a checklist. You should have a checklist. So after you've got all your business and personal bills separated out and you know what they are, it's a really, really good idea to create a checklist. Now you can do it as a spreadsheet on the Excel on your computer. You can do it on QuickBooks as they have the open bills option, unpaid bills option. There's lots of things you can do. You can just get a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle of it, write business on one side, personal on the other. But you need to make sure that it's a checklist you can use every month. Make sure all your monthly and regular bills are put on there, your rent, your electricity, your phone, your cable, all that sort of thing, as well as your business bills, same thing, purchases, products purchases, all those kind of things. All of that needs to be listed on there. And make copies of the checklist or print out a new checklist every month so you can check off the ones that were entered and the ones that were paid. And that gives you also a better, another tracking system to make sure that all your bills are paid on time. It's really important. I talk about paying your bills on time, and I know that you can't always. Things happen. Life happens. And of course, don't ever beat yourself up because life happens. But the amount of money that you can save by not paying late payments. If you have a business and you pay your sales and use tax before the due date, you get a discount. It may only be a few dollars, but it's a few dollars. A few dollars is a few dollars. A lot of these credit cards and different loans and things are going to charge you more interest. They're going to charge you more if you're late. Also, when you're doing this, and we're going to talk about a lot of this stuff when we're doing our saving money show. But one of the other ways is not just paying the minimum payment on your credit card. Pay a little bit more, cut down on the interest. Again, save yourself a little bit of money there. So these are some of the things that we can do to get organized for our Money Mondays. And literally, sit down, create a good money space. I have 3 in trays on my desk. One of them is an incoming mail. So as things come in, and incoming mail includes emails. If there's a bill or there's something money related that comes in my email, I print it out. It goes in with the mail slot, okay? Because that's to be dealt with on Money Mondays. That's not to be dealt with on Thursday at 3 o'clock when I'm attempting to get some client work done and I see something coming along. Nothing is that big of an emergency. It's not going away in the next 5 minutes or the next day or two. Very, very, very rare exception. Most of the time you're good, so put it in there. Another tray for filing. As I go through and I get things done, I have a tray that's, as I'm getting my client work done, I stick it in the tray because I have time cut out of my schedule on a daily basis to do my filing. So I know where everything is and it can get put in there. So organizing means literally figuring out how you want to do your paperwork. How do you do your filing? I keep all the bills that have been paid in a small filing cabinet behind my desk. Little 2-drawer filing cabinet that I keep just for bills. And once it's paid, once it's dealt with, it goes in there. The bills that need to be paid and current stuff, current month or even current year stuff, is in the drawer next to me so that I can access it fairly quickly, fairly easily if I have a question or I need something. But as I stated earlier, you need to go through that immediate folder file area and clear out things you don't need anymore. It is May 2015. There should be nothing left from 2014 in that drawer. It should all be in the filing cabinet, put away. 2013, put together in a box, clearly marked. Get a banker's box and put all your 2013 stuff in it, so you know where it is, and put that in storage. There's all kinds of interesting and neat things that you can do to make it easier on yourself. So we have a few minutes left, and I really want to go over this article because I thought it was really cool. There are 4 different personality types, they say, for organizing yourself and your personality altogether. So the first one is the stockpiler. And stockpilers are the people that keep every single little piece of paper and receipt, and it's all right here in your face. Stockpiler has hoarding tendencies. I mean, literally, you're keeping everything right here because you don't want to miss anything. It was kind of funny that the joke the article was talking about. If computers suddenly wiped out all the world's digitally stored financial data, stockpilers would be well prepared for the paperless Armageddon. Piles of receipts for months-old purchases, stacks of bank statements dating back to the Clinton administration, and utility bills for homes they no longer live in. Now, all joking aside, I attempt to encourage people to keep bank statements for 7 years. Utility bills and receipts for gas, not so much. More likely you have a check stub or your bank statement that shows proof of payment for those things, so you don't really need to keep them. And if you do decide you're going to keep them, find an organizational way to put them away. You keep everything just to be on the safe side, and you are really making sure that if anything happens, you have what you need to have. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. So there are rules, there are laws, there's ways you can go. There's things you can go look up on the internet, in fact, and say, what can I shred and what do I have to hold on to? And it will give you an idea of some of the stuff that you can get rid of. The IRS has 3 years to audit you once you file your taxes, so you should hold on to tax records and backup for at least that long. There are some exceptions to the rule. If they did an audit from 3 years back and you underreported your income by 25% or more, the IRS can go back an additional 3 years. If the IRS suspects fraud, they can go back as well. So you might consider keeping up to 7 years worth of paperwork. That's what I encourage people to do. That's what I do, simply because you never know, who's going to get what. But I keep credit card statements and bank statements and that sort of thing. You can get rid of utility and phone bills. You can get rid of gas receipts and food receipts, ATM deposit slips, any paperwork that you have duplicate files of. Duplicate files can be including showing on your statement, your bank statement, your credit card statement that you paid that. You don't need to keep that receipt. 80% of the paper we keep we don't need and never look at again. There are companies that retain your records. There are a lot of different ways to retain. I now have gotten to where every piece of paper that comes in my office gets scanned in. I have an online backup system. I have an external hard drive. I have a thumb drive for each of my clients. I have several different redundancies. I have 2 separate computer systems in my office here. everything goes on both systems in case one of them breaks down, as well as, there I have just redundant system after redundant system. But if you have, it really is not necessary to hold on to every single piece of paper. And if you do so, um, put it away. Put it in envelopes. I get the really big manila envelopes. I buy a box of them from Staples, and all of my every month for 2014, now that it's done and the taxes are done, all my monthly bills go in there, and it's marked for each month. Tax documents is marked separately. With the bank statements, they're in a different envelope, and they all go in the banker's box and get stored. Store them away. Then the next personality type is the procrastinator. Dun dun dun. I have to tell you, yeah, I'm a bit of a procrastinator. That fits me. Procrastinators totally intend to keep their financial life organized just as soon as they walk the dogs or drive the kids to soccer or watch the missed episode of the favorite show on the DVR. Procrastinators like that whole last minute thing, but really, usually they get things done in the end, but at a high cost to mind, body, and soul. And I am really working hard to change this aspect of myself. But putting off your finances leads to late payments, stress during tax time, and investment opportunities that get missed. And that's how procrastinators get better organized, by making it fun. And I think that is a really big thing. And, I think I'm going to kind of stop there, because I think what we need to do is we need to have a bigger show on these types. So as it's my show and I can, because who's going to stop me, I think what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a show. So next week we're going to work on the different types, personality types, and how to get them organized. I think that's a really good idea. And then we'll go to goals and budgeting and all that after that. How does that sound?
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel.
That's going to make me happy, so we'll go with the whole. It's going to be fun if we take a little bit more time and I attempt to stop cutting down that article. So we're going to talk about that next week, organizing your money based on your personality, and we're going to have some fun with that. And we're going to start doing this every Monday. Every Monday, we're going to talk about your money, how to organize it, how to get it better, how to make it simple, how to make it fun, do some goals and some budgeting and some taxes and lots of other little things. Don't forget that you can go to my website, www.taxpectations.com, and get your tracking sheets, your money log, and your revenue tracking sheet, and use those to help you. And until next Monday, then, I would like to say arrivederci, baby. Have a wonderful day, week, year, month, happy time. Enjoy your work, enjoy your job, enjoy your day. And I look forward to talking to you again very soon. Bye-bye.